Today I'm going to show you how to do the whip and tongue graft. Hello, my name is Brian Weber. I'm a Senior Research Specialist with the University of Missouri Center for Agroforestry, working in the tree nut breeding program. Today I'm going to show you how to do the whip and tongue graft, which is a very versatile graft and can be done on black walnut, which we will be showing today, as well as chestnut, pecan, and pretty much any other tree species that you would need to graft. So we start out taking our scion wood and our rootstock. We make sure that the scion piece is roughly the same diameter as the rootstock because we want them to fit in together. So we take our grafting knife, hold it kind of at an angle, take our scion piece in our hand, left hand, up, and we take it up close to the chest. This way we have maximum stability and we don't want to be moving the scion too much. You want to only be making a movement with the knife. So you put the knife blade up against the scion piece, right where you want to start the top of your cut. You angle slightly with the knife blade. And what you're going to do is take the knife and pull it across the scion, making a kind of piston motion with your elbow. And remember, the scion piece stays firmly fixed. And so then we just draw it through using the whole length of the blade. And then we can move on to putting the tongue on the whip and tongue graft. Now this is the most dangerous part of the grafting process because you're going to be taking the knife towards yourself. So you need to be really careful doing this. But you take the knife on the cut surface about a third of the way up the graft that you've cut. And I use my leg to keep the scion secure and firm. And I place the knife and I just make a slight little cut and maybe a centimeter in. And all that does is put a little groove right on the cut. So now we can take our big scion piece and cut it to length. I've made a cut right above a good vegetative bud. And so that's our scion wood that we're going to graft onto the tree. Now we have to keep this clean and safe, so I just stick it right there. And now we'll make an adjacent cut that will fit this piece on the rootstock. Similar story here, you put the knife blade at the base with a slight angle and you're going to draw up using a similar fixed piston motion using the whole length of the blade. Again, this motion is slightly coming towards you, so this is where having a very sharp knife really helps because you don't have to work as hard and you're not going to be forcing the blade through the rootstock so much. So I made my first cut and it's a little bit too long, so I'm going to come back in there and shorten up that cut side. So I take the cut surfaces and I line them up and make sure that they are about even because they need to match together. So now we put an adjacent tongue on the rootstock. And so similar to how we did it on the scion piece, we take it about a third, 2/3 up And we just work it down in there, creating a little tongue. And then now we can fix the two pieces together. So we have our scion now fixed in our rootstock. Now we have to use a grafting rubber to tie them together. You hold it there with your finger, you come around, and it loops over on itself so it's fixed in place. And pulling the rubber as tight as you can, you wrap it around, staircasing it down. As I wrap, I tend to want a flat band. And so I'm turning the grafting rubber in my fingers as I twist around the stem. I can let go as I hold it real tight. This makes the connection around between the scion and the rootstock real tight, and everything is real secure that way. So to finish off wrapping, we'll take 2 fingers, wrap it around 2 fingers. I've held it between my fingers, and then I grab it, I pinch it underneath, kind of like tying a balloon. Making sure that the vascular cambium of the scion and the rootstock are lined up together. Finally, we take our piece of grafting parafilm and we cover our work to keep in moisture, but we allow for gas exchange. Just wrap it around and then put this a little extra on the top cut. Black walnut can be a little bit difficult to callus, and it requires a little bit of concentrated heat. The way we get around this and encourage callus formation is we put a piece of tin foil right on the graft union. That way, when our grafts are in the greenhouse, it's warmer underneath the tin foil right at the graft union. That extra heat really stimulates the cells to grow together and can improve our chances at having a successful graft. Last but not least, we put a label on it.